Number 12 says use finite differences to determine the degree of the polynomial that best describes the data. Now, one thing that you always should pay attention to, but I'm not going to try to trick you, is check to make sure your x values are evenly spread out. These we're just adding 1 to each x value. So it's like plus 1 here, plus 1, etc. It's always a good thing to check. Now again, I'm not going to try to trick you on that. That'd just be mean. But just in case, always go back and check. Now, once we know that our x values are evenly spread out, we got to pay attention to our y values and take a look at the differences between them. So negative 17 going to negative 2, we have to add 15. Remember to include your signs there. It's going to make a big difference. So negative 2 to 9, that means we're adding 11. Going from 9 to 34, we're adding 25. Going from, sorry, that's a bad looking 2. Going from 34 to 96, we're adding 62. And going from 96 to 223, we're adding 127. Now remember, when we're looking at finite differences, we're looking to see if we get the same number being added or subtracted every time. Now, if all these numbers were the same thing, they'd be constant. That'd be the first line, which means we have degree 1 or linear. But it's not. So we keep on going. So we look at the first differences. If those don't work, we look at the differences of those differences, aka the second differences. So going from 15 to 11, we're going down by 4. So we're going to say minus 4. Going from 11 to 25, we're adding 14. Going from 25 to 62, we're adding 37. And going from 62 to 127, we're adding 65. So if those were all constant, the second differences, second line, which would mean we'd have degree 2, or quadratic. But they're not. So we keep going. Going from negative 4 to 14, we have to add 18. Going from 14 to 37, we're adding 23. And going from 37 to 65, we're adding 28. So this is row 3, which means if they're constant, we'd have degree 3, or cubic. But we don't. So we keep going. Going from 18 to 23, we're adding 5. Going from 23 to 28, we're adding 5. So this is row 4, the fourth differences. So these are constant. We're adding 5 in our fourth differences. So we end up with, I'm going to add a little more detail than I normally would. So I'm going to say fourth differences, I'm just going to abbreviate as diffs. Fourth differences are constant, which means we have degree 4. So whatever row you are in, we're in row 4, that's the degree you're going to end up with. Now, we have a fancy name for degree 4. We're going to call that quartic. So whatever the function is, it's going to be a quartic polynomial, degree 4.